All right, let's speak now to Giorgio Cafiero, who's the founder and CEO of Gulf State Analytics, a geopolitical risk consultancy focusing on the Middle East. And he joins us now from Frankfurt in Germany. Welcome to the programme. Your take on Biden's visit to the Palestinian-occupied territories and also Saudi Arabia so far?
Well, Biden's first presidential trip to the Middle East was obviously controversial, especially the Saudi leg of this trip. I think Biden went to Saudi Arabia with a number of objectives, certainly advancing the normalization of relations between Arab states and Israel was really important because of the Khashoggi murder and other issues. As I said, this was an extremely controversial trip. It created a very delicate debate in Washington, and I think the administration really wanted to sort of shift the narrative in a way that would make it less controversial from the perspective of American voters and the American media. And so there was a big emphasis on trying to bring Saudi Arabia and Israel closer. And indeed, the Saudis very recently took some steps toward a more normalized relationship with Israel, short of joining the Abraham Accords, yes, but nonetheless moving in the direction of normalization. And I think the administration is going to really point to that as a sign of real success that came out of this trip.
And why did President Biden want this visit now? And has he got what he actually came for?
Well, it's a good question. What explains the timing? Obviously, there is a rapidly evolving international environment with worsening geopolitical stability, turmoil in energy markets, food security crises in many parts of the world, generational high inflation. And I think the administration's assessment was that the U.S. needs to mend fences with the Saudis right now as the U.S. is national challenge. At the same time, we know that Mohammed bin Salman is set to become the next king of Saudi Arabia. And I think the U.S. leadership, just like the leadership of other countries, including France and Turkey, have determined that they basically have no choice but to come to terms with the fact that MBS will be on the throne at some point and to try to engage him despite the whole Khashoggi incident. In terms of what Biden's team was trying to get out of this trip, I think in some ways it has proven to be successful, but there's no doubt that the Saudis have not given Biden everything he wants. I think the president went to Saudi Arabia in part to try to bring the kingdom back to the U.S. orbit of influence and to try to push back against rising Russian and Chinese influence in Saudi Arabia and the Gulf. And I think probably on that front, there's not really anything that he can point to as a sign of success.
Great to get your analysis. Thank you so much. Giorgio Cafiero speaking to us there live from Frankfurt. Thank you.
Thank you.